Hi everyone, today we are going to talk about ALM, Audio-Lingual Method. What is ALM? ALM stands for Audio-Lingual Method. Audio-Lingual Method, like the direct method, both of them are an oral-based approach. But it is different in that rather than emphasizing vocabulary acquisition through exposure to its use in situations, the audio-lingual method drills the student in the use of grammatical sentence patterns. Also, unlike the direct method, it has a strong theoretical base in linguistics and psychology. Charles Fries, 1945, of the University of Michigan, led the way in applying principles from structural linguistics in developing the method, and for this reason, it has sometimes been referred to as the Michigan method. Later, in its development, principles from behavioral psychology, from Skinner theory, were incorporated. What is the purpose of using ALM in teaching English language? It was thought that the way to acquire the sentence patterns of the target language was through conditioning, helping learners to respond correctly to stimuli through shaping and reinforcement, so that the learners could overcome the habits of their native language and form the new habits required to be target language speakers. Principles of ALM. Language forms occur within context. The native and target language have separated linguistic systems. Teacher is the model of target language. Language learning is a process of habit formation. It is important to prevent learners from making errors, and if there is any, they corrected immediately. The purpose of language learning is to learn how to communicate correctly. Particular parts of speech occupy particular slots in sentences. Positive reinforcement helps the student to develop correct habits. Students should learn to respond to both verbal and non-verbal stimuli. Each language has a finite number of patterns. Students should learn to answer automatically without stopping to think. The teacher should be like an orchestra leader, conducting, guiding, and controlling the student's behavior. Students should learn structural patterns, then learn vocabulary. Learning another language should be the same as the acquisition of the native language. A comparison between native language and target language will tell the teacher in which areas students may face difficulty. Speech is more basic to language than written form. The teacher responsible to present information about culture of the target language. What is the role of the teacher in audio-lingual method? The teacher is like an orchestra leader, directing and controlling the language behavior of the student. What is the role of the student in audio-lingual method? The students are imitators of the teacher's model. What is the role of the student's native language in audio-lingual method? The teacher uses only target language, Also, he or she can use realia, actions, picture to give them the meaning. What is the nature of interaction between teacher and student in audio-lingual method? Teacher can communicate with the student. Also, the student can interact with their teacher. Also, in this method, the student can interact between each other. How is the language viewed? The language viewed through the phonological, morphological, and syntax system of the target language. How is the culture viewed? It is viewed via everyday behavior and lifestyle of the native speakers. What areas of language are emphasized in audio-lingual method? Mastering sound system and grammatical patterns are emphasized in language system. What skills of language are emphasized in audio-lingual method? The 4 skills are emphasized: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. How is evaluation accomplished in audio-lingual method? Students may be asked to distinguish between words in a minimal pair, or they may be asked to supply an appropriate verb form in a sentence. How does the teacher respond to student error in audio-lingual method? Student error are to be avoided if at all possible. The characteristics of teaching and learning process in audio-lingual method are imitation, repetition, cultural information, inductively application of grammar. What are the techniques of audio-lingual method? Dialogue memorization, backward build-up expansion drill, repetition drill, chain drill, single slot substitution drill, multiple slot substitution drill, transformation drill, question and answer drill, use of minimal pairs, complete the dialogue, grammar gain. For more information and details, please visit the link in the description box. Thank you and have a good day.